You know what would be really cool? If I had a Goldfinger. Oh! This is Chip Roach. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was being recorded. Well, I'm actually reviewing the movie Goldfinger. This is the... Oh, nuts. I forgot. I think this is the third Bond movie that they made. This actually came out... James Bond.
Who?
Does somebody need a lesson on this?
No.
Okay, well, you're going to get one. You asked for it.
I did not. I just said who.
Ian Fleming created James Bond.
Who?
He wrote... Ian Fleming is an author. An author is a person...
I know what an author is.
Okay, well, I was just going to clear that up. He's a person who writes books. And he wrote the novel!
Why are you screaming like that?
And he created... Because you threw something at me.
I did not. That must be a rascal.
And he created the 007 character, James Bond, along with the other characters in the books, like Q and Miss...
Who the hell names a kid Q?
I'm sure it's his CIA code name. And he's played by Desmond Llewellyn. James Bond is, of course, he is played by Sean Connery.
Who?
You've seen Sean Connery in things before.
I have.
But I will name the things anyways. He was in Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade.
Nope, never seen it.
He was in the movie The Rock.
Nope, never seen it.
We did a review on it.
Doesn't mean I watched it.
He was the guy from Alcatraz, the guy with the long hair and the beard.
Oh. He looks nothing like that.
Well, yes, this movie came out in 1965, and The Rock came out in 1995. So 30-year difference there. And then, of course, Goldfinger is the villain. He is played by Gert Frobe, I believe his name is. And a funny story with this is, when he was auditioning for the part, he said he could speak English. Well, that fat man lied. He did not speak a word of English. He speaks German, so they actually had to dub all the lines in English, so it seemed like he was talking in English, which is something that I'm surprised that they did in 1965. So people that say this was not an artistic success is definitely wrong. They should go back to reading their comic books with 2 lines on each page. So,
you read comic books.
Yes, but they're funny ones. And they're also not my whole life either. I really don't like them that much. So, anyways, moving on. So this was the third Bond movie, and this was the most successful Bond movie. And also actually it's not an opinion, it's a fact. Sean Connery is the best James Bond. Which is why they brought him back from, I already forgot the name of the movie's name, but it was bad. I think it was Our Majesty's Secret Service. I will be reviewing that at some point.
No, I won't.
Why not?
One of these is enough. You have like 10,000 of them.
Yes, and some of them need to be reviewed. Yes. Alright, so moving on. I forgot about the Bond girls.
I have a question.
Yeah?
It's August. Why are we wearing a Halloween shirt?
Because I wanted to wear this shirt. I wanted to wear a Donald Duck shirt.
Okay.
So, Albert Broccoli and...
Who the hell is Albert Broccoli?
He's one of the people that...
I'm assuming that's not his actual name.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Wait, pause it for just a second. So, Albert Broccoli produced this, and Guy Hamilton did direct it. So, I sometimes get Salzman mixed up with... I know he did produce it with Albert Broccoli, but anyways. So, Ian Fleming did help with writing the screenplays, apparently. So, the story goes here is Goldfinger is a gold tycoon, and they think that he's gonna kind of destroy the economy by stealing gold. So then they find out about Operation Grand Slam, which is this gold tycoon going to steal from Fort Knox. So now how could you pull this off? Well, only James Bond could find out. So the Bond girl her name I guess is Honor Blackman, which I don't know where they come up with these people, but they just find these random actresses, and usually he just puts them into these movies, and they end up being, I don't know if you want to say stars, but they actually do become names of some kind. So I think this is where the $3 million budget comes in, because he doesn't spend a lot on the actresses, and it shows, because you can tell they haven't done a lot of work before. So I'm actually going to get right into it. I'm going to show the first clip of James Bond. It's kind of an amusing scene where he's in a wetsuit and then he's in a tuxedo right after. So this part I found kind of funny. Obviously, he's got a tuxedo underneath his wetsuit. Sorry, Chris Stuckman. That's funny. That can happen in Bond movies. So, and as you can see, he's really cool as he's blowing up this dance party, whatever it is. He's just calmly looking at his watch. The explosion goes off. Everybody's scared. He's just sort of just standing around. Now, this is why the people on Reddit don't like this. He blows things up, and he seems to be okay with it. Lighten up, guys. This is James Bond. This is what he does. He's licensed to kill, not licensed to play nice. So, hi, Stimpy. I have a guest. So, I did forget to say that Harold Sakata is also in this movie. He plays Oddjob. I don't think he has one line in this movie at all. He does have a cool hat that he can kill you with. It is kind of a neat thing. And Honor Blackman's character name is Pussy Galore. That's her name. I have to... A dollar for saying the character's name? I know, it's going to scare the Reddit community with a name like that. They're already going to shun this movie. So I'm going to show the next clip is when he gets his... his mission from Felix. And I will show that as soon as I can get the remote that, speaking of Felix, my cat is sitting on.
His name is not Felix.
Well, he's a cat.
He asked us to keep an eye on him for you.
All right, Goldfinger. Sounds like a French nail varnish.
He's British, but he doesn't sound like it. Big operator, worldwide interests, all apparently quite reputable. Owns one of the finest stud farms in the States.
What's the tie-up with Washington?
He's clean as far as CIA is concerned.
And where do I find him?
Well, we got a 2-for-1 in this. So Felix is explaining the mission, which is very cut and dry, to keep an eye on Goldfinger. And then the fat wreck slob that is walking down the stairs, and I'm very surprised they didn't break, is the villain Goldfinger. Yes, very out of shape, but he is shrewd. And you will find out that I'm getting the stare. And you're going to find out that he likes to, let's just say, cheat at a lot of things. And in the next clip, we're going to see how he plays cards.
Oh, you're ready for anything. Could I have my usual seat? You and your suntan.
And Goldfinger's a fabulous card.
$5 a point. Did you say 5?
My luck's got to change sometime.
Okay.
I'll get back to the office and cable Pam, you're on the job.
You can fill me in on the rest of dinner.
Fine.
So. How many?
7, 12, 18, 32, 44.
So what happens here is James Bond notices that the very out of shaped man has a earbud in his ear. I'm sure it's filled with dirt and wax, and he's got an earbud. So he actually goes up to Goldfinger's room, breaks in, or well, doesn't break in. He takes the key, opens the door, and meets a girl named Jill that is telling Goldfinger what cards the other guy has. So, what does James Bond do? He doesn't shoot her, he seduces her instead. This is what he does, and this is why shows like Arrow like to make fun of James Bond, because he likes to sway.
Hold on, what?
What? I believe it was one of the later episodes of Arrow that made fun of James Bond because he drinks martinis and is good with women. Not a good reason to make fun of something. It's kind of really stupid. Only superhero nuts would find that funny. So anyways,
Snoopy left.
So what happens is he obviously ruins his card game. I don't think that man is going to really think too kindly of this situation. So with him being very, let's just say, wealthy and powerful, I think some revenge is in order. So he is going to try to either devour James Bond or the girl he just seduced. But first, I'm sure he's going to have to devour some Dr. Pepper Krispy Kreme donuts. So he will wait until James Bond is done having a date with this woman. So we will find out what happens. Right there, I think. Well, this was interesting. First he gets chopped in the neck by some square-looking creature. And then he finds his new relationship partner painted in gold on the bed.
And dead.
Isn't that nice? Yes, she's dead. She died by skin suffocation. That's because they painted, you have to breathe through it through your skin. So when you paint over that, you suffocate. How nice. At least he didn't give...
Can we try it?
No, we cannot try on who? You better not say me.
Too late.
Well, the Chip Cod Roadshow is going to be canceled if that happens.
Nah, we can find another one.
You cannot replace me. That's not very nice.
I could. Very easily.
So anyways, that is how she died, by skin suffocation. You cannot replace me.
And why can't I?
Because I'm lovable. And you're stuck with me. Yeah, so it was skin suffocation. I guess you can do that. You paint somebody, they died. Isn't that interesting? Well, you know what, though? It could have been worse. Goldfinger could have given her a Dutch oven. So I will go to the next clip, and it is actually we get to meet Q, and we get to see the gadgets that he hooks James Bond up with. So yes, that is exciting. Let's get to that.
Where's my bed thing?
Oh, he's had its day, I'm afraid.
Well, he's never let me down.
M's orders, 007. You'll be using this Aston Martin DB5 modification. That's on the side and the rear windows. Revolving number plates, naturally. Valid all countries. Here's a nice little transmitting device called a Homer. You prime it by back like this. You see? The smaller model is now standard field issue. Fitted into the heel of your shoe. Its larger brother is magnetic. Right. Range 150 miles.
Ingenious and useful too. Allow a man to stop off for a quick one en route.
It has not been perfected out of years of patient research and time.
And this is Q. As you can see, he gives him a pretty fancy car. He's giving him an Aston Martin. I guess from what I read, Aston Martin was reluctant in having this in the film. I just forgot to continue reading, so I don't know the answer to why. So, as you can see, he gives him an Aston Martin.
But you forgot to continue to read.
Yeah, I looked at it really quick, and then I sort of just ignored the rest of the page. I just thought the first part there was kind of interesting. So, anyways, why they were reluctant, I'll explain it maybe in the next video. But anyways, as you can see, it's fully loaded. It's got bulletproof glass. It's got some pretty cool gadgets to it. I like now from what I saw in the documentary, the guy, one of the producers, I think, was having trouble with parking tickets. So that's why he had this revolving license plate. He came up with that idea. So it has that going for it. It also has what we didn't show, because we're going to get copyrighted up the wazoo, is they actually have a eject button on the stick shift, which is pretty neat too. So the passenger seat actually ejects.
Can we go sit in that car and I'll sit in the driver's side, you sit on the other side, and then I hit the button?
Oh, so I eject?
Yes.
That's not very nice.
But it'll be funny.
You should be ashamed.
But it'll be funny.
It would be funny. But I should at least have a parachute ready for that to happen. So it also has a...
No, that's no fun.
It also has something that comes out of the tire, out of the hubcap, and it can slash the other person's tire. So it has that as well. So, yeah, this car is fully loaded. Oh, and then he also says to bring it back in one piece, because I guess every time he gives them a car, it comes back broken. But, yes, he should know that, yes, in the field it does get a little messy. It's kind of his job. He gets caught up into things. So, now, he does have a fun golf game with Goldfinger. And if he cheats at cards, chances are he probably cheats at golf too. So my guess is Goldfinger probably went golfing with O.J. Simpson, Bill Clinton, and of course the famous golf cheater, Donald Trump. Oh, I forgot. He probably played with this little tiny, very fat Filipino, Polish Filipino. He seems to cheat at golf as well. I think he played with him as well. I think he's related to Odd Job. So I will show the golfing scene right now.
I'm still training him as a caddy. Successfully too. Passenger number one. Good.
If that's his original ball, I'm Arnold Palmer.
It isn't.
How do you know?
I'm standing on it.
Why, you crafty old...
Leave it.
Ball you found, sir?
Yes, passenger 7. Let's have a little fun with Mr. Goldfinger. Want you to mark it or knock it in? Play. This for the half. That's right. One to go, that'll be the clincher. All right.
Did you switch him, sir? Then we got him.
He doesn't notice a switch.
It's your honor, sir.
It's all right. Yes, why? This is passenger 7. Here's my painful heart. He must have played the wrong ball somewhere on the 18th fairway. We aren't playing strict rules, so I'm afraid you lose the whole hand of the match.
So this is the golf game here. One thing I would like to add is, now I've mentioned how Goldfinger is a little out of shape, but here's the thing I'm going to give him credit for. Do you see a golf cart anywhere on this golf course? I do not. These people are walking. They are walking. There are people younger than these guys that have to use carts. I just thought I would throw that in there. I just realized that. So anyways, yes, this scene here, so he cheats, he switches the balls, and because they are playing strict rules, Goldfinger here loses the hole and the match. Because he's playing somebody else's ball. So his cheating actually cost him to lose. Isn't that funny?
Ha ha ha.
So we will see what happens though, because Goldfinger does try to get revenge. So we will show the next clip and we will see what happens.
Did she miss him on purpose?
Well, she missed. And as you can see, because she decided to mess with that Ashton Martin, she tried to snipe him first. And then she wanted to maybe cause an accident. But she's the one that's going to be ending up at a Mr. Tire very soon. Because her tire got slashed. So we will see what happens. Now, there's one thing I do want to show after this clip, and that is Goldfinger's car. I think you'll get a kick out of this. So I will show that next. Oh, you know what? You can just do a still of it. So this is his nice gold Rolls Royce. I actually think that is pretty cool. How is it not cool? That's a very expensive car. On top of it being gold. Now, how he fits in it, I don't know. It's kind of a smaller car. So, now, he does capture James Bond, and he's got him on a table with a very, very dangerous weapon. So, now, how does he get out of it? Let's find out. Like a pig?
Nothing, Mr. Bond.
Operation Grand Slam, for instance.
Two words you may have overheard, which cannot possibly have any significance to you or anyone in your organization.
Can you afford to take that chance?
Well, so at least he's able to talk himself out of it. He pretty much brings up Operation Grand Slam. Of course he would name it that. He must. It looks like he goes to Denny's a lot and eats a lot of pancakes with a lot of syrup and a lot of bacon and a lot of sausage. Just throwing it out there. So now I will show you what Operation Grand Slam is. This part is a little scary because he's got all these guys in a room and he's dimming the lights and making them so they really can't escape anywhere. So I would not trust this fat man at all because I don't think he's like Santa Claus. It seems like he's giving, but I don't think he's really that generous. So we will look at what Goldfinger is doing.
This is my bank. The gold depository at Fort Knox, gentlemen. In its vaults are $15 billion. The entire gold supply of the United States.
Knock off Fort Knox. Got a key or something?
Only five.
There are 35,000 troops stationed around there.
51,000.
And who's gonna save food to them, Goldfinger? Hey, what's going on? Hey, what is it? Hey, on the floor, my thing!
Man has climbed Mount Everest, gone to the bottom of the ocean. He has fired rockets to the moon, split the atom, achieved miracles in every field of human endeavor, except crime.
Yeah. Okay, so these are his plans. So he's obviously going to go after Fort Knox, and with 35,000 troops, how is he? Or wait, where was it? 3,500.
I think it was 1,000.
I thought it was too. So how is he going to get through them? Well, he's going to. Pretty much what he did was he got Amy Schumer and John Goodman to fart in a big jar. So he's going to use their fart to pretty much make the troops pass out. Or kill them, for that matter. So he's going to use gas to just have these flyovers. So the plan doesn't seem that bad, but James Bond is getting all this because he's in the dungeon below. So he's writing this all down. So he's prepared for it. So now let's see what he does with his group of minions right after he pretty much tells everybody the plans. Oh, because he owes these people money. So do you think you do think this guy is really going to pay them? We'll find out. Well, now Goldfinger's cooking with gas. As you can see, these people are trapped, and they can't get out, and now they can't breathe because he just turned the gas on. So these guys were guinea pigs to see if this would work or not, and it worked beautifully. So, yes, the guy eats a Big Mac every single second of the day, but you know what? You got to hand it to him. He's pretty smart. So these guys are no more. He's going to try to carry out his plan. And now we are going to get to see James Bond and Oddjob have a little bit of a fighting match here. Remember, Harold Sakata was a wrestler. So we will see that scene right about now. So this, I actually do like this scene here. The only thing Oddjob really does is every time he gets hit, he smiles. I missed some of those parts, but that's okay. You'll have to check it out for yourself if you have not seen this already. Now, a funny part with this, with Oddjob going, well, it's not really that funny, but when he does get shocked, what happened was they, I don't know if he didn't hear the director say cut, so he kept hanging on to this metal bar while getting burned at the same time. So he held on to it for a while, and I believe he got second or third degree burns. So yeah, this guy really did get injured during this scene, and this is why I constantly rag on today's actors, because these actors actually did a lot of grueling work. The actors today, you can't get them to pick up a piece of paper. It's too grueling for them. So yes, once again, I'm going into the 1960s being a fun time. These are also sets, also. So yes, everything in this is pretty much real for the most part. There's not any of that CGI or CG crap. So now I will get to my review, because obviously it is incredibly late at night, and some of us have bedtimes. So I will get on with the review.
Who are you talking about?
People in general. People on the West Coast might have to go to bed now. So
You realize that it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, right?
yeah, but it's okay. I'm wide awake.
I'm not. I worked all day.
I'm sorry. So did I.
My job is a lot more difficult than yours.
How do you know? I'm just saying. So with this review, obviously this movie was casted well, but the acting was better in the 1960s. You can take a no-name person and they would be tolerable. You get to some of these actors today. Uh-oh.
Don't go tired.
Actors today, they like to drop things.
You're a douche.
So, let's see. So, if I had to grade this, like I said, the casting's well, the acting's good. Special effects were fantastic. Not to mention, this was done on a $3 million budget. This movie made $51 million. And this was not an artistic success. Whoever said that is a moron. So this movie does get an A- in my book. This was very, very well done. I definitely recommend buying this and buy the special edition. The special features on it are cool. I never recommend getting a special edition. In this case, you could buy it used for $6. And that's the other thing. Special editions don't go up in value, so you don't. People collect these things and they're worthless. So I recommend buying it. You might be able to stream it, but I don't know because I don't really like using streaming things a whole lot. So I do recommend going to either a store buying it used, which you can do at flea markets or garage sales, or you could go on Amazon and probably pick it up pretty cheap.
I have a question.
Yes.
What's your favorite 007 movie?
Ooh. Not to be on the bandwagon side here, but that's a good question. And it's the movie we just watched. This is my favorite 007 movie. Dr. No is not far behind. You Only Live Twice is not far behind. And either is Man with the Golden Gun. Those are probably my top favorite ones. I will review them at some point. I don't know when. But they are very good movies. GoldenEye will be reviewed as well. That is everybody's favorite. But it's not mine. That one's not even in my top 10. But definitely check this movie out. I did not tell anybody what came out in 1965 because they're not going to know. So I definitely recommend checking this movie out. I don't care if it was in the 60s. Check it out. Broaden your movie knowledge a little bit. These older movies are great. So please check them out. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want. And I will see you next time.